Hi, it's Patty from PS Paper Crafts, and join me for my first live card class. So this card class, I'm going to be making 3 cards using the Christmas Scottie bundle. So you get this great stamp set, and if you want to bundle it, you could buy them separately. But if you bundle it with the Scottie dog punch, you can save 10%. And these are so cute. So today I'm going to demonstrate how to make these 3 cards. So we have this one, and this one. And if you want to get card kits for this class, you can get it if you purchase from my online store, $35. And with that purchase, I'll give you a PDF with instructions, and I'll give you 3 card kits, and each kit contains enough to make 2 cards. So this kit has all the pieces to make 2 of these. Okay, it does not include ink or adhesive or anything like that. And then if you purchase $50 from my online store or more, you can get this classic matte dots for free. I'll throw that in as a gift. So, and you need to use the host code that I will have listed below this. And I have it in my email that I sent out. I have it on my blog post. So I'll have all those links down below along with the host code. So once you place the order and I see that the order came through, I will package this up and mail it to you, and then you can make these cards. You'll have all the instructions and everything. And this is such a cute, fun bundle. I really love it. So let's get started with the first card. We're going to do this one. And so this is the kit that you would get. And I'm just going to take one out of everything. So you're going to get the Whisper White. You're going to get this fun embossed piece. And this was embossed using the, what is it called? The Whimsical Woodland. You're going to get a piece of this fun vellum with the snow on it. You'll have your label, your bow. So see, there's 2 of everything in here. And let's get the little doggy. The most important guy, the Scottie dog. And this is so cute. So I just punched him out. You could stamp and punch, stamp him and then punch him, but I just punched him out with some black cardstock. So these are all the pieces we need for this. I'm just going to fold it in half and burnish it with my finger. Let me get my my bone folder. So this is the thick Whisper White, and all we're going to do is put the card together very simply. So I'm going to get my liquid glue, and I'll just put it, and you can use either side. There's a debossed where it's printed in, and then an embossed where everything is kind of popped out. And sometimes I'll use one side or the other. So I'm going to put it on the debossed side so that everything is kind of popped out. Isn't that pretty? You could just put this on with a sentiment, right? And then we have our Scottie dog and this circle with the snow. And you can either pop the Scottie dog up off of the circle or pop up the circle. So what I did was I just put the little doggy on with some glue right on here like this. Very simple. And then we have the little red bow. And if you wanted, you could tie some ribbon instead of using the bow. But these are the pieces you'll get. Okay, and then I'll pop this whole thing up with dimensionals. So let me get my dimensionals. I love the dimensionals. Now, when you're using vellum, you don't want to put adhesive where you can see through it, because you can usually, it kind of shows up. So what I like to do is put it behind the piece in front, if that makes sense. So I'm putting it behind this little Scottie dog. And we'll just take the backings off. So this is the first kind of class that I'm doing like this. I know some of the other demonstrators have been doing it, and I thought I would give it a try. So now we're going to use real red ink. So this is real red cardstock, so I figured I would do the same color on the ink. And I'm just using the Merry Christmas. And just stamp it down like this. And if you make a mistake, you just flip it over and use the other side. And I'll put this down as well with dimensionals. And this one is almost done. And I do the insides. I will have a piece in the back and I'll just show you in a second. I do include the insides in your kits, the inside layer, the insides. So we'll put this down. Now I put one of these matte dots on. If you do the $50 purchase, you will get the matte dots for free. You can use, if you don't, you can use whatever you want. You could put a piece of, you know, a little gold gem or a rhinestone or something like that. So in your kit, you have the 2 card bases, and then behind it you have the second envelope. So you have one envelope and then the second one. And in the back you also have 2 pieces of for the inside layer. I put it in the back because sometimes I'll use a layer on the front and it's a different size, and I don't want you to get confused. So always look in the back for the inside layer. So on this card, I used, what did I use? A gray, basic gray. And I'm going to stamp this using my Stamparatus, because this is a very solid image. And when I have a solid image, I like to use the Stamparatus. Let me just get that over here. Oh, and I don't have my Scottie dog mounted, I guess. I thought I had him mounted. Guess I took him off. I have these sentiments mounted. Let me just take this off, and let me get a quick block. I'll be right back. I usually have everything mounted. I guess I was just, oh, this is the different one. Oh, I'll be right back again. Let me get a couple. Sorry about that. I usually have everything mounted before I start, but I think I must have just cleaned up. So we're going to use this guy, and then on another card we're going to use this guy. So I'm going to take them both out. And there's different bows you can stamp, and I'm going to try this. You can actually just stamp this on a piece of cardstock and then punch him out, and I've heard that's really cute. So I'm going to try that as well on a different card, not today. So on this one, we're using this, and what I'll do is, let me get my ink over here. I like to put my stamp case underneath here to give me some stability, and then we'll just put our card right like this. I don't know why I mounted it. I didn't need to mount it. That threw me off a little bit. So we're just going to put him down. So this is the part that you're going to ink up, and we're just going to face him down. So cute. And we'll put this magnet on to hold it in place. And then when we press down, it just picks it up. Okay, and we want to do this twice, possibly. We'll see. I'm going to just ink it up. These solid images, I just find sometimes you need to stamp it twice. So with the Stamparatus, or a stamp positioning tool, if you don't have this, some people use the Misty, you can just repeat it and get another layer on. And you can keep doing this to make sure that it's a nice solid layer. Okay, I think that's good. And then all I did was I took the little collar and I used some red ink, and I'm going to do it right here. So let me get my red ink out. And I'll just ink it up. And it's nice because it's photopolymer, so you can really kind of line it up right where it needs to go. Okay? And then I did the Merry Christmas on the outside, so let me keep this out. I'm going to do the May Your Days Be Furry and Bright. So I thought that was really cute, especially for dog lovers. I'm a dog lover, so I would think this was nice. And of course, right on cue, my dog starts making some noise there. So I'm going to take this and just clean it off real quick, because I will be using the Stamparatus again, and I just want to make sure. And that's why, aha, now I know. That's why I had it back in the case, because I took it off and I didn't keep it mounted. So I'm going to leave it right like that. Okay, and let's put this away for now. We'll take it back again, and then we're just going to put this down on the inside of the card. So that's this card. And I just think it's adorable. I mean, who wouldn't love to get this in the mail, right? Are you guys making all your Christmas cards, getting them done? I'm doing them slowly, but I'm getting there. Okay, so this is card number 1. So again, you'll get enough supplies to make 2 cards when you place a $35 order from my online store. And then the $50 order will get you the card kits, the PDF, and the classic mats, dots. So let's do card number 2. Let me just pull that out and get all the pieces out. So I think this is so sparkly. And it's the same thing, Merry Christmas, and may your days be furry and bright. And we have some black cardstock. And this is one of the cards that I'm mentioning. So we have this in the front, and this is bigger than what you would put on the inside. So I have my envelope and the inside pieces back there. So let's get all our pieces out first. And again, you have 2 for each card. And my dog is going nuts there. So we need a bow, a dog. I guess I should have just had one in here so I don't have to go through all 2. I just wanted to show you what the kits would look like and put that aside. Okay, so let's burnish our card. And then what I'm going to do, this is a bigger piece. This is like a 5 3/8 instead of a half by 4 1/8. So it's very tight border. And that gives us this border. So we have a little bit of border around here. So I like to put this down first. And look at those pumpkins. So we're not even use it for the fall. We're doing Christmas. And then we'll put this right down here. And you want to just leave a border around it. Let me just pull it up. It's a very, very tight border here. And then we're going to put this up here. And if it overlaps a little bit, that's okay. All right. So let's put this down. I love this pattern. I made a card today cutting leaves out with this pattern. I just die cut them, or punched them actually, and they came out really nice. So now we're just going to overlap it a little bit. Make sure it's lined up. And then we have this nice gold piece to put along the seam to kind of cover up that seam. And go from one end to the other here. Okay, so you know, usually you put ribbon around it, but sometimes I like to just put some, either an embossed layer or something different across it instead of the ribbon. And that's a tip, if you ever put the layer down before you put the ribbon down, you forget, like I do, just put a piece of cardstock across it instead of the ribbon. So I don't know if you can see this. Let's do this. It's just like a little black border around it. Okay, and then we're going to do the Merry Christmas. So now I have to clean the Merry Christmas off because we did red. And now I'm going to be doing black to kind of go along with the black. Now, another thing you can do is you can emboss this, heat emboss it with gold embossing powder to just kind of powder, just to kind of tie it all together. Okay. And then we'll glue this. And this is that double oval punch, which is great because you can punch the oval and then the background layer with one punch. And this Merry Christmas fits it perfectly. Okay, and we're going to put that down with dimensionals. And sometimes this, the glue, when you're using this glitter paper, it takes a minute to really adhere and dry. So just keep that in mind. It just fell off. It will hold on and dry. It just, I shouldn't have said anything because it was doing fine until I spoke up, right? And sometimes I'll actually put a block on it just to hold it in place until it dries, but it will dry. Okay. So let's just put a block on top of it to hold it in place. Okay. And now what we'll do is we'll put a little bit of glue on the back of this. So we want the dog facing this way. He can face either way, but you want to make sure he's facing the right way. You don't want him walking off the card. I think I need to get a new glue. And we're just going to put this right here. Okay, and we're going to put the little Scottie dog on with some dimensionals. And so we have the dog and then the sentiment label all popped up. Take the backs off. And I love this kind of card layout with the striped or, you know, different patterns on it. I'm going to kind of put him, you know, you could put him straight on, but I have him up there a little bit. So let's do the inside layer. So I did the other dog only in black, and I did it with the Stamparatus. So we're going to do the same thing. And just the same exact thing, actually. So I don't even know if you need to see me do this, but we'll do it. Get it done. So I'm going to take this right off of here. And I'm not even going to clean my ink off because, let me get the background layer. It's just going to go a layer darker. So let's put this down. And put him down. Close it up. Press down. And the other thing I just want to mention is I'm using the photopolymer. A lot of times it will stick when you first put it down and then when you ink it up. But I also have this mat underneath it. It's a foam mat, and that is for using the photopolymer stamps. So if you're using the rubber stamps, the red rubber stamps, there's already some like cushion built into the stamp, so you don't need to use that mat. Okay, so when I lift this up, you'll see he's not very solid there. So that's why I'm doing it a second time. And again, you can do it a third time, as many times as you need. But usually 2 will do it. Okay, and we'll open him up. I'm going to do him one more time. He's a little bit light down there. So let's get one more shot at it. Okay, beautiful. So now let's get our, I'm going to do this in red again, even though the rest of the card, I just thought red was, you know, a little bright and cheerful for the inside, even though the card is pretty much black and white. And I love this dog with the plaid. And when we have to do his little collar. So let's do that. And there is a little bit of a curve to this, so make sure it's curved the right way. Okay, and we're done with this. So again, let me just wipe this off and put this aside. And I think the next one we're going to do is another dog. So I'm going to just put that right aside. Put these aside, close this up, and then we can put this down. So that's 2 cards, very quick. I'm only on not even 20 minutes, and I've got 2 cards done. So we'll get that last one done, and we'll be done with them. And I just think this is very versatile. I use different papers. This is from the Rustic Harvest, and then this I use the embossed with that Snowflake Specialty Vellum. And then this one I used with the in colors. I just think the plaid is so nice. So this is the Tahitian Tide color, and I just think it's so fun and bright. And I used Sahara Sand to punch him out. So let's get that one out, the last one. And we'll get our Tahitian Tide layer out and burnish that. And then this has lots of layers. Let me just put this aside and pull this one over. So this one has a white layer, and then there's the Tahitian Tide, and another white, and then the piece that goes across. And the Scottie dog, you can do either way. You can either do the polka dot, which is the other side, or the plaid. So we need the plaid, and we need the little Scottie dog. There we go. And I thought that was a nice color for him. Him or her. Don't want to assume, right? And there we go. And then in the back, we have the second envelope. And then the two pieces for the inside layer. So I'm going to take that one out and put it aside. So this one is very easy. Barely anything to do but stamp this sentiment. So now we're going to clean this off. Let me just open this up and put it in, because we want to do the Tahitian Tide. Okay. And that one is right here. And just push this down. And I think I forgot to put I'll have to put the little dot on the sentiment. So this one, you're just going to go right up toward the top. This is not the right color. I don't think I got enough of the ink off. Let's try this again. I'm going to try it on a piece of scrap, actually, because it doesn't look right to me. There's always something that happens, right? Okay, I think I still must have had some red on it. I didn't clean it good enough. So no worries. And I could see it in the ink pad. I'll just have to wipe that off. You can wipe that off like with a baby wipe, and it will pick it up. Let's try this again. It looks like a different color. I'm just wondering if I did Tahitian Tide. Huh. I think I did that on another card. Give me 1 second. Yep, it is Tahitian Tide. It just looks a little different. I don't know, it's probably me. I apologize. So we're going to put this down first, and it just kind of threw me off. I think maybe there's a different color mixed in with it somehow when I look at the ink pad. So I'm going to have to clean it off, but it's good. I think we're all okay here. Okay, we'll put this down, and then we're going to put this piece right across the middle. And again, you can do it this way if you don't want the plaid. So this is the In Color Designer Series paper. So you get all 5 of the in colors with different patterns. I think there's like 4 different patterns you get. Okay, and then this we're going to, yeah, see the difference between that and even that? So I think there's just, I've got another color in there somehow. So we're going to put this down on here, and then we'll put the little Scottie dog on. Okay, and we're just going to glue him down, And I want him facing that way. And put him down right here. And then this cute little bow right on his neck. I love this. And it's so easy to punch him out too. I wish there was a punch for all of the different dogs. Now on this one, I used a piece of the foam. You can get this, it's called foam adhesive sheets, and you get 6 of them in a pack, and it's just like a huge dimensional. And I like it because I think it really gives you one nice solid piece. So I'm going to just cut it right in half. So you kind of cut it to size. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm going to cut it here. So it doesn't need to go really end to end. And you could even put strips down if you have these left over. And if you don't want to do this, you can just use dimensionals. I just think this gives it a nice, like solid layer. And the one thing you want to pay attention to is getting it straight. Hopefully I don't jinx myself, because once it goes down, this is not coming back up again. Okay, and then we want to use some of these matte dots. And I just put 3 of them on. Whoops. I want one there. And one here. And we'll put one up top. Okay, and then let's do the inside of this as well. So we have Merry Christmas. I have my inside layer, and this time I have the little dog sitting upright. So let's do him first. And we'll get that dog mounted. So that's this guy here. And we'll put this right up here. And we want him. So you're putting the part that you're going to ink up down here, and you're just placing it where you want it. And then you close the little door. And I want to just put the stamp set right over here. So if you don't have this bundle, you know, purchase the bundle, and then I'll send you these kits for free, along with the instructions, and you can make them. It's great. So now we want to do, I'm using Sahara sand. And again, I'm doing this so that I can get good coverage. So I'm going to stamp it, and then stamp it at least one more time. One more time. Maybe another time. We'll see how he comes out. I think one more time. 3's a charm, hopefully. I'm just going to press down really hard. Okay, very good. And then we want to stamp the Merry Christmas. Now let me make sure I get my Merry Christmas clean, because I think that's my problem with the color of the ink, was I did not get it clean. I'm just going to stamp it on here. Make sure I don't have any residue. Okay, and then we're going to get the Tahitian tide. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like I have a different color in there, and I think that somehow was a problem. Let's see how it looks. I think that looks good. So we're just going to put this right up here. Perfect. Close it up, and if you make a mistake, you flip over the piece of cardstock and you do it on the other side. And then on this one, I did not stamp the bow. I decided I was going to add that little cute bow again. So let me get that one out. The dog, the bow. And you can do this on the inside. I wouldn't pop it up on the inside, but you can definitely use something that you've either die cut or punched out and put it on the inside. Isn't he cute? So now we'll just put this on the inside. And we'll have all 3 cards done. So where am I? I am 30 minutes in and I made 3 cards. So if you are interested in getting these kits, just place an order on my online store. I'll have the link below. Use the host code that I have in the link below, and I will send you kits to make 2 of each of these cards. So you'll get kits to make these, and this one I have to put my little gem on it. And where did I put them? Here they are. I forgot to put the gem on this one. So $35 order, you'll get the kits and the PDF. And as I said, the kits will come like this. You'll have 3 envelopes, 2 kits per envelope, with a second envelope in the back and the inside layers as well. And then if you place a $50 order on my online store, you'll get the kits, the PDF with the instructions, and the classic matte dots, which is what I used on all the cards. All right, if you have any questions, you can email me, Patti at PS Papercraft, and I'll respond to you. And I hope you enjoyed this. And if you don't have this set, it's a great one to have. All right, thanks a lot. Take care.